Hello, everyone. Sean Dennison from Feng Lai Kok Institute of Taoism here with you. And joining me today is another member of the Institute, Lily Liu. Welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you for having me. Nice to see you, Sean.
I gather you're also an osteopathic practitioner. Can you tell us a little bit what that means?
Basically, we're like the mechanics of the body with an engineering mindset. So our way through is through manipulation, manual manipulation, and we understand all the 11 systems of the body, namely the musculoskeletal system, the nervous system, the digestive, the reproductive, the cardiovascular system. We understand how they all work together. And if something happens to misalign or any change in function, we're able to correct that manually.
That's a wonderful perspective to have, Lily, for somebody who's practicing the Taoist Tai Chi arts, but also a therapeutic background. So, from that perspective, can you tell us a little bit about balance, what that means to you?
With balance, from a scientific or osteopathic perspective, there's a state what we call homeostasis. That's our ideal state of harmony and balance where all the systems on the inside are working well together, and then respectively internal and external are both balanced.
And does this play into some of the scientific aspect that you study, these biomechanics, etc.?
Definitely. So using the shapes because we are the mechanics of the body. So we really like to use the shapes, and the Tai Chi is the same way. Using that triangle and square, so 45 and 90 degrees, really creates a stabilizing effect to our body, which in turn helps our mechanical stacking and physiological processing on a daily and even during practice as well.
You made reference to shapes in the body and triangles in particular. What do you mean exactly by that?
Our triangles are, they come across the collarbone and come towards the center, and then center to our hip bones and across. So those having two triangles on top of each other is highly unstable. So the way we're designed is if we stack our joints, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles, that creates a nice stabilizing structure. Because we're 3D, right? Our triangles are set in a cylinder. So our torso being cylinder. Stacking those joints really allows for the cylinder to stay up. And then we have the last shape, which is our head, the ball, that sits on the top, on the base of our triangle.
We've heard that over the years there were many studies about Tai Chi in general benefiting seniors and reducing falls. We participated, Feng Lai Kok Institute of Taoism, in one of those studies. And they came to us specifically because they observed the shifting of our center of gravity, but how we were able to maintain balance in doing that, maintain that structure. And so, does that make sense to you?
Proper weight shifting cannot occur unless the body is stable on the base. So that's why our foundation really is that triangle, the 45 and 90. So as we continue to train that, the weight shifting that occurs between that really looks quite effortless.
Another aspect of the structure would be the cavities in the body and the diaphragms associated with them. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Most of our muscles are long and linear, but diaphragms are flat muscles. And what we have is they separate the cavities because you don't want to have your heart and your lungs meshing with gastric acids, and you don't want your absorption to be messing with your elimination centers. So the primary focus is to separate, but not, and the way the diaphragms move is kind of like a pumping mechanism, like a piston. So that's how our body maintains not just uh, all the systems running, but also through intracavity pressure, it really keeps us upright. Because, like I said, the triangles, two apexes on top of each other is quite unstable. So having that intracavity pressure also stabilizes from the inside as well.
This alignment that is going to help provide balance, it also seems to allow for an unobstructed flow of all of the circulations in the body, but perhaps even down to the cellular level?
For sure. When you impact the spine, so having kind of stacking on to what we're talking about, having that spine upright through the pressure and through mechanical alignment, you really allow the spine to float, right? Which is important. Our vertebral column floats in the middle of that. So kind of going through layers. The S shape of our spine, right, allows for that spring-like action to happen. So with the diaphragms and the spring-like action, it really influences our nervous system, our cardiovascular system, our oxygen exchange, our digestive, all of it is impacted all the way to the cellular level because you're getting it from the control system. Having the spine from the back, you see here, the spine, the nerve run through and come out the side. So the spinal cord sits in the middle and the nerves come out the side. So if you impact the spine, you impact everything that those nerves supply. So the mechanics around it and also all the physiology that it controls as well. So the depth is quite intense if you think about it that way.
It sounds like balance is just so important and it affects every aspect of the functioning of the body.
That's why it's so important. And, for us to communicate that for people. So there's a way for us to achieve it on our own rather than having to rely on a practitioner or appointments or treatments. We can always have something to do to benefit ourselves.
And the slow, relaxed, continuous movement of the Taoist Tai Chi arts seem to establish this structure, reinforce it, strengthen it, and help us to be just much healthier.
Definitely. That's why I do it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for explaining a little bit of the effects and also the importance of balance in our movements, in our daily life. And we look forward to talking with you again soon about other aspects of your osteopathic practitioner perspective.
Thank you. I look forward to the next one.